cool.
Welcome, everybody. This is Tabletop Anthologies, and we are about to play Star Trek Adventures. And today, we start a new scenario, our 7th, and we're going on 11 months here. Today's titled episode is The Prize, and it is the season finale for the USS Surprise. So I would like to welcome everybody, and I'm glad I'm unmuted, and I don't have to say that again. So welcome. Captain, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing just fine, Admiral. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. Commander, Kullat, how are you?
Things are satisfactory, Admiral.
Lieutenant Commander Thrall.
We're doing just fine. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Lieutenant Commander Kaval, how's engineering?
Running smoothly, Admiral. Death to our enemies.
As to be expected. And Lieutenant Grax, sir.
Hello.
How we go?
Good evening.
Good. How are you? Good.
Happy to be here.
How's the morale of the crew?
Doing well.
Good.
Cool,
We're keeping it together.
We're keeping it together.
Good.
So, as we ended last scenario at the Pleasure Planet, the captain had received a encoded message that he took in his ready room. And it was an emergency message from a science outpost on the planet called Pedra. It was the planet with the pre-warp civilization where they returned the idol that the Ferengi seemingly dropped into their lap. The message stated that they were requesting that the USS Surprise respond to the outpost, and that is where we ended. As we pick up, the captain has the ship in high warp, and it's not too far out. They still got probably about maybe half a day, maybe a little more. And during some downtime, the captain and the crew thought it was a great idea to have some physical activity, as there was some banter on the bridge between Kullat and Kaval. So they decided to take it to the holodeck, where they suited up to fight with pugil sticks to hash out their science differences.
We did?
Hell yeah. Math.
So the captain gathered everybody to the holodeck for a quick little one-on-one pugil session between Commander Kullat and Lieutenant Commander Kaval. So let me take us over to the map.
May the best nerd win.
Hey!
So here we are in the holodeck.
Oh, this
And
is cool, Nick.
So what we're going to do here is it's just going to be a quick jaunt of one-on-one combat. No injuries. There's some altered rules that if we come across, I will certainly let you guys know. You each have been equipped with a pugil stick. It does have effects of knockdown. The ring that you guys are kind of in, it either goes from close range or to reach. So there's no medium range, things like that. Oh, and there was a comment placed in Skype about placing bets. There was also rumors on the ship that people were placing fun bets, basically using their extra duty as a form of currency. So, we'll see where those bets lie. Anyway, Kullat, Kaval, do either of you have any questions?
Yeah, how did this happen again?
So, if you recall the banter in our Discord channel the other day, I decided this would be a fun way to start the stream and settle your science differences.
Yes.
Hey,
So-
all right, fine.
What? Hip hop?
Nope.
What, are you scared?
No, it's just that I was right in that discussion. This is just redundant.
I don't remember what the discussion was, but you're wrong.
So, as you guys are all standing there prepping, all of a sudden,
Are we
over
preening
the,
or prepping?
yes. Over the speakers, or over the environment, you kind of hear some battle music kind of come across the, Oh!
Skyrim boss music starts playing.
Thank you, Alpha Wolf Zero, for all 5 of those tier subs that you had gifted. Much thank you, sir.
That's like cash money.
That is like cash money. So the battle music starts to play. Do either of you have any questions prior to starting?
Can the pugil stick be set to stun?
No. So you can use the pugil stick, you can use your hands. The combat rules are still in the journal. I can help you with those as we go along. And also, just as a reminder, grab this screen real quick. Where are we at?
I don't see this in weapons. Unarmed strike?
You don't see
Where's
pugil stick,
No.
and double click your token in the holodeck.
No, not this again. Yeah, okay, I see it now.
Okay. There are a couple other melee options like disengage, grapple, shove. Your melee strike will be considered strike. So those are options as well aside from your task. So you remember, you still have your minor action and your standard action.
So what happens if we actually do damage? Is it just
So-
word stun?
It's going to be a fight, quote, to the death. Yes, but it's not actually death. There's going to be no injuries.
It's character death.
it's
You
just-
have to
yeah.
work up a new sheet.
Remember, the safety
Exactly.
protocols on the holodeck are on.
They have been turned off.
The strikes will be considered
By
stress.
Moriarty. What?
The strikes will be considered stress. So the first person to lose all of their stress loses.
Okay, well, wait. The next question.
Sir.
Are we back to... Is our stress back to normal?
Double click it. You should have all blue across your bar.
Yes, I do. Okay, good.
All right, perfect. So to start, what we're going to do is you both roll me a control and command difficulty of 2.
Holy crap, it looks totally different. Control and command? Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Oh. Here it comes.
Oh, crap.
Oh, so beginning the
That doesn't start off
round,
good.
it is Kullat's first turn.
I gave that to him. I did that on purpose.
I knew it. Felt bad for him. So Kullat, you're up, sir.
Are these grid squares we can see actually meaningful, or are we already in range?
No,
or-
so if you move against him, like to move in reach, I want you like next to him, your token next to him. Otherwise, we'll consider it as close range.
Dun,
wait.
dun, 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 dun.
Did something just happen?
fighting it?
Yeah.
What's
A
that?
lovely park on a sunny Sunday afternoon.
20th
Yeah, it
century?
looks.
21st
Yeah.
century?
I don't know, Grax. Does it look familiar to you at all? Perhaps maybe a park from Bejor.
We should be fighting on the icy plains of Andor.
That would be an unfair advantage.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
sure.
we were in the desert, I'd put your face in this thing.
Kullat, you are up, sir.
I close the distance and take a swing at it.
So your closing of the distance is your minor action. Your attack is going to be a melee attack. So for you, it's a daring and security difficulty 1. But also remember, melee attacks are opposed. So
What does that
Kaval,
Oh, I
you
can
roll
block.
the same thing. So you
Control
roll a
and-
daring and security. A daring and security for melee. So this is opposed basically. If Kullat fails, then you basically have attacked him. If he ties or wins, he's attacked you.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh.
So it is a tie. So that means, Kullat, you are successful in that. And go ahead and roll me damage.
Sorry, I'm trying to see the screen. I've got a small mammalian interloper on my desk.
Okay. It was an effect. So, let's see. Let me double check on your effect real quick. I believe that could knock him down.
What?
I don't think you have to set up for that. Let me double check. I did forget to look that up. Grenade, inaccurate types of attack. Debilitating. Knockdown. If one or more effects rolled on this attack, then the target is knocked prone. You can resist this by adding a number of points to threat, which I'll use in the game.
No.
Okay.
Not do that.
So Hades, your attack is successful and you're able to knock him down. Go ahead and tell us what happens on this first bout.
So I had to look up what a pugil stick is, but
Yeah, it's the. Come on, yeah.
it's the two-handled big thing.
We know what it is.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
of us have actually watched
Well,
Star Trek.
we have viewers, so maybe they don't.
Oh.
It is a Star Trek. No, you're right. Go ahead.
It's like a Q-tip. It's like a big Q-tip.
I'm kicking
Says
your
the
ass.
man who's been
That's
knocked
it.
down.
I'm kicking your ass. You're
So
going down.
So the time started, and Kullat wastes none of it. He lunges forward and sweeps and smacks him on the jaw, knocking him to the floor.
So Cabal, take 2 stress away from your bar,
Okay.
please.
I am down to 10.
It is now
Okay.
your turn.
Come on, you bitch.
You bet 12 stresses.
Okay,
Come on,
I have.
Andorian.
Wait, do I have hand to hand? No, I don't. I take it back. I have combat tactics, but I don't think that applies in this case. Okay, roll dice. Yeah!
So, well, hang on. What are you doing first? Because,
I'm gonna kick him right in the motherfucking knee.
well, you, sir, are currently knocked prone. Remember,
Yeah, so
you
I'm
got
gonna
knocked
lift
on
my
your back.
leg, and I'm gonna lift my leg and flat foot him in his knee.
Oh, okay. I will allow this. So then that is also melee. So you did that roll already, correct?
Yep.
It
so
is, you did.
unarmed strike, correct?
Daring and security, 2 successes. Unarmed strike. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, bitch! Boom!
Did you? That was your unarmed strike.
That was my unarmed strike. I've got
96.
I've got 9 damage in unarmed strike.
But you didn't use your arm, you used your leg.
That's why it's an unarmed strike.
Ah, got me.
Okay. So.
Is that a resisted one?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Because Kullat,
Yeah, I should get a
did you
chance.
roll your daring and security?
No,
For his attack, no.
Yes.
should
You
get a
need to
chance to
first
keep
roll
that.
your daring and security. We got ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
I'd like to use a value of this guy sucks, so I'm gonna smear him on the ground.
No use of determination. 1 success. So you were not successful in evading this kick, which
Yeah, we had the exact same roll.
looks like it actually takes you out. Is that correct?
What?
You're so that's 10 successes. That's 10 stress
In one hit?
in one
Yeah,
hit.
baby.
Yeah, I mean, I have 9 stress on my track.
Don't mess with the Andorians.
Okay.
Oh, no, sounds like a broken game mechanic. If you can do 10 on one hit, why you been using a phaser, man? You should have been
I know.
punching those spiders.
Because I wasn't hitting anyone. I wasn't making contact. All my rolls were crap. But anyways,
So you're
it was
successful
a
in your
valid
kick.
effort. It was a valid effort. Okay.
Tell us what happens.
Well, I kick him in his knee. He buckles and he just falls like a sack of potatoes in a little sad little Vulcan pile.
Oh. Jeez.
But I get up and I say, you fought valiantly. Hello? Hello? Kullat. Kullat? Slap him in the face a little bit. Kullat! Do I bring him around?
I don't know. Doctor.
Doc!
Actually, I think you did kill me because you did 10 stress and I only had 9.
Yeah, no, the computer would have basically given a warning that said he has sustained enough damage to have lost the fight.
No, that wasn't
He's gonna die.
that wasn't a hollow attack. That was a hand to hand. He did direct physical damage to me.
Hey, you
There-
literally fight his origin.
I'm just dead.
Hey, shut up. You're unconscious.
Shut up.
You can't logic if you're out.
Doc, Grax, Andal, could you take a look at our friend here, please?
Yes,
Can't
stand
just
aside.
stab
I'll
me.
take a look.
Stand aside. Doctor coming through.
How does he look, Doctor?
Could have used a lighter touch.
You're absolutely right, Doctor. It wasn't intentional.
What do you mean
What
it
am I
wasn't
seeing?
intentional,
Is
Nectar?
he conscious? Is he looking okay?
Caval.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah, he's
kicking him in
looking,
the
he's
fucking
looking
knee.
fine now.
But it wasn't intentional.
Come
I
on.
swear, Mom and Dad. He just fell over. I don't know.
Kullat, are you feeling okay? Do you need any medical attention?
The doctor asked the patient if he needs medical attention.
Well, you're you know.
I say as I come
intelligent
to.
enough. Yeah.
The logic clicks, finally.
You tell me, doctor. That was unexpected.
I'm assuming I got my medical tricorder on me, so I'll give it
Yeah.
a little scan.
Yeah, you could do a little scan. Go ahead and give me a reason and medicine, sir. Difficulty 1.
Great. Reason, medicine.
There was a reason why you're using the bugle sticks. It's to avoid injury like this. We're on the same team, damn it. It's supposed to be
Yeah,
fun.
he broke the rules, so I win.
I was on the ground.
So,
You get beat, and you resorted to cheap tactics to win.
You're absolutely right, Captain. Is he conscious yet?
yeah. So you scan, and he's got a little bit of a knee injury. I thought I turned that off. Maybe I didn't. Sorry about that, folks.
Got a knee injury?
It's a big scan.
That's why isn't it stopping?
I'm getting the full body scan.
Wow, it's a lot worse than we thought.
I think
How
there's
much
a
radiation
problem.
does that
with my
go?
tricorder.
You
Why
can see
won't it
that
stop?
tapeworm going to town on.
Ugh. Ugh.
There it goes. What the hell? The doctor was just being thorough. Okay, so you see that there's a small knee injury to the knee, which why he buckled. But it's nothing that you can't quickly repair in the medical bay.
I hold my hand out to Kullat and I say, you fought valiantly. I concede for my despicable behavior of striking out against you when I was down. Please, let me help you to the med bay, my friend.
Quite.
Quite.
So as the door opens up, Captain, you get that console warning next to
Oh.
the door.
Console warning.
But I say to him, quite, but direct that at our foes next time.
Captain, it's a message
what's
for
the-
you.
Yep. So I access the console, and I take a look at the.
So it's one of the lieutenants on the bridge, Reinach Vach, actually, commander, and he states, Commander, we're about an hour out from Pedra. You were requested on the bridge.
Very well, thank you, Commander Vogt. We'll be up on the bridge shortly. Captain Maricadi out.
Hey, I think Alpha Wolf Zero just dropped its eye.
Oh, he did. Thank you.
I gladly give it to Kullat.
Oh, okay.
Humble,
Oh, okay.
It's a
humbly
consolation
give it to Kullat.
prize?
I shoved the die down his throat.
Good job. All in good fun.
Knee replacement.
Oh, perfect knee replacement. Good. All right. So you took your boy to med bay. Sorry, what?
Positronic knee.
He can be rebuilt.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you guys haven't seen the latest episode of Picard? No.
Oh, probably not.
Okay, spoiler.
Someone gets a fake knee. Spoiler.
Oh no!
Positronic knee, everybody.
How am I supposed to watch it now?
It's not really a knee. It's a whole body. Oh, sorry, I should have said that. Sorry.
The whole body.
No, I'm joking. I wouldn't do that.
So, as a reminder to you, gents, as we approach the planet and start the mission, any information you guys want are going to require scans or rolls, things like that. You can take this in any direction you want. You can overly scan things. You can overly ask questions, etc. The more you ask, the more you do, the more you're going to find out. And the more you roll, the more potential you have in terms of adding momentum. Because remember, you start off the scenario with 0.
2 questions, Admiral.
Sir.
Number 1, is this the planet? Is this the planet we were on? Where we got rid of the idol before it? Number 1.
Yep.
And number 2, do we get our stress back from that little fisticuff just now?
Yes to the planet, and yes to your stress.
Gotcha.
And let me see, Captain, I sent you this, and I'll let you know when
Yes,
you can read that. So the ship is about less than an hour out. If you all recall, during its maiden voyage, USS Surprise encountered a situation that basically fell into their lap. They came across a golden idol that they later learned was stolen from a Ferengi named Kolar Zel. It was from a planet called Pedra in the Velmelha system in the Shackleton Expanse. The idol appeared to carry properties that manipulated the area around it. After the crew returned the idol to its resting place, the team dropped probes and logged the information with Starfleet. A survey team was sent to investigate the planet further and discovered the ruins of a technologically advanced civilization on the outskirts of the city. The ruins are centuries old, and most of the buildings have fallen into disrepair, collapsed, deteriorated, or have basically been reclaimed by the swamp that now sits over the area. It was sheer luck. Yes, go ahead.
Since the last time we were here, it's all crumbled into ruins. Is that what you just said?
No, you guys just didn't see it.
Ah, okay. My
You didn't
apologies.
see it because it was
wasn't
covered by
something
the
you were looking
swamp. Yes.
Gotcha.
It was by sheer luck that the survey science team discovered a power source emanating from the planet in the middle of the swamp. Knowing that the planet was inhabited by a pre-warp humanoid species made this a delicate mission. If you guys recall, the local humanoid inhabitants, well, you guys wouldn't recall this, but they avoid the area of the swamp. They believe it to be some sort of evil place. The archaeological team is careful not to do anything that would cause the inhabitants to be curious, but through the study of local legends, they've managed to keep the humanoids away through a series of projected legends and folklore, reinforcing the idea that the area of the swamp is haunted. The science team are also disguising things as the best they can with the use of hollow emitters, and there is plenty of information with reports filed into Starfleet records for reference. Any questions? Okay, Captain, it's on you.
Stardate 52026.8. Captain's log. We have arrived in the Velmelha system in an orbit of a planet. It is an Orion raider. From a badly distorted coded message we received from the project's chief archaeologist, Commander Tvek, it appears that the Orions are here for whatever secrets the team has discovered on the planet below. It is true that the Orions have no claim to the system, but they are not known for their capacity for peaceful scientific progress. How did the Orions find out about this thing anyway? Hopefully, we can negotiate with them before the world goes to hell. Captain's log out.
Wow. Bravo. That was good.
It was good. It was good. Floor is yours, gentlemen.
That Orion raider, it looks like we received a message from the archaeologist on the planet, but what's going on with this raider? Fucking Kullat. Sorry, Kullat. Commander Kullat, could you run a scan on the Orion raider? I want to see its combat capabilities as well as if it's even functional. It doesn't look from here like it's a very strong energy source. In the meantime, Thrall, keep us quiet and keep us low power, but I want to coast closer to the planet, slowly but surely. We get to low orbit.
Cut the headlights. Got it.
How do you know that? Anyway, they have headlights on the Grazerite planet. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not versed in Grazerite culture.
Gotta light the roadway.
Yeah, true enough. Somehow, you know, motor vehicles and all. So, Kullat, let's take a look at those scans when you get a moment here, sir.
Admiral?
Sir, what would you like to do?
Scans of the raider.
Of the raider? Okay, these are considered long-range scans, since you guys aren't in orbit yet. So go ahead and give me a reason and science difficulty 2.
And can I use a... Can I use a focus of warp engines, just because it's a long-range scan, and I'm thinking my knowledge of warp engines helping me place
Absolutely.
what I'm scanning at.
Yes. And give me 1 second, Captain. And Lieutenant Thrall, go ahead and give me a let's see here. I believe it's going to be a control and Conn ship assist, please, Captain, of engines and Conn. Difficulty of 2.
Now, I will mention the ship does have equipped high-resolution sensors, which I would think it would apply to this situation with Kullat. However, IU did not prompt me to roll for the ship for Kullat's role, and so I was inquiring about that.
So, yes, actually you would. Thank you for that. What does the improved sensors stand for? Can you pop it in the chat?
The high-resolution sensors, I think so. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh,
Did I say for that?
That did not come in. Let me double check. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Basically, it gains an extra momentum if it's successful. Any successful task.
Okay.
As it's assisted while not in combat.
All right. So, good. And give me a. He was doing reason and science. From you, I need a sensors and science, from the ship, Captain.
Thank you. Cool.
Yes. So there's with Kullat, there's 1 momentum. Sir, what would you like to do with that? Actually, no, hold on. You get 2 based on the improvised sensors. 1 from your roll, 1 from the improvised sensors.
I'd say bank 1 since we have none yet, and use the other for extra good scans.
Extra good scans? Okay. So you do some scans and you find that this is a standard Orion raider. With your warp capability and your focus, you actually are able to research in the system and find out that this ship, its name is called the Emerald Bird, and it's captained by a Orion named or called Captain Tullum.
What? So, sorry, Kullat, did you volunteer that information with the rest of the class?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
Let's just say that was me reading
Before I
it
respond.
aloud.
Yeah, okay. With that in mind, we know so much about this captain. Why? Is this prestigious? And why is this person doing here? Just kind of talking out loud to the bridge crew. Anybody has any ideas?
I would see if I can pull his name up in a database.
Go ahead and give me a. Let's see. That's going to be insight and security with the ship systems of computers and security. This is difficulty 1. Lieutenant Commander Thrall. So he had asked you to fly casually, yeah?
Correct.
Okay, and you were successful in doing so. So as you approach, are you doing anything? I guess you let me know what you're doing and how you're doing it.
Right, we're going in low and slow. I'm turning off all unnecessary motor functions and just moving forward.
All right, copy that, and I'm going to make a note of that real quick.
It's like a discount Klingon stealth, right? Like we're not Klingons, so we can't go stealth, but
No,
doing
you
as
can't.
best as
But
we can.
you know, I'm assuming it's basically lowering your power signature and less likely to be detected, based off of
Right,
what you
right.
said. Cool.
Those electromagnetic radars, gotta hide your electromagnetic field. Yeah, he's got it.
Perfect. So with Andal, your roll was 2 successes and a complication. So it's only 1 dice, Captain, that you need to roll with the surprise.
Sorry. Just take the first one, then it's the
Okay.
9, so just the 1 success.
Yeah, so 1 success and a complication. What would you like to do?
How many momentum do I have from that? Just the 1?
Yeah.
You don't have any. So yours was a
Okay, I
difficulty 2, but Kullat had banked some momentum from his previous one.
We have 1, yeah.
Yes, you have 1. Yeah, the system looks like this new layout actually tracks it for me, so I just didn't take it away.
Very nice.
Okay. So do I find anything on this guy?
Yes. So let's see. Here you go. I'll let you. Let me see here. There we go. So go ahead and check your Discord, please.
Captain, I found some data here. Seems Tollum is the son of a well-to-do Orion merchant prince. He grew up learning the ways of the business world from his father, and at the age of 13, he made his first sale, managing to sell the same parcel of land on Quantan 3 to 3 different buyers. Unbeknownst to the actual owner of the property, though, he originally was an employee of his father's company, till the day where he bought out his contract from the old man.
So it sounds like this con artist is on this planet of pre-warp score. Wow. Let's make sure he's not interloping too heavily into the civilization below. Thrall, where's our current status in space relative to the planet?
Thrall, go ahead and give me a control and Conn, please, and Captain. From you, I need sensors and Conn. This is just a difficulty of 1.
Yep. And it's just 1. I keep rolling more than 1 dice, but is it only 1 dice for
Yeah,
this stuff?
so you can, you should be able to set that.
I can. I can do that going forward.
Okay. So it looks
just 1
like
success on mine. Yeah.
on your end, 1 success on your end, and 3 successes on Thrall's, which means we have 4 successes, and that it turns it into 3 momentum. What would you like to do with all 3 of that, Lieutenant Commander?
We'll use 1 to make the roll more effective, and we'll bank the other 2.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, did somebody already put that in there for me? Thank you.
I did. Yeah, I'm
Thank
doing
you.
that.
Thank you, Captain. Thrall. Your scans utilizing Conn in front of you tell you you're about 10 minutes out, and there's a couple moons that if you really wanted to utilize and hide behind to try and avoid detection, you can do so. And thus far, you have avoided detection from the Orion Raider.
Nice.
Captain Maricadi, it seems as though if I go any farther, there will be risk of us being spotted. However, I do notice some moons that I can use to my advantage to get closer if need be. We're about 10 minutes out.
Thank you, Thrall. I appreciate the loadout. Commander Vogt, what's our current range for our weapons? Whoever's playing Commander Vogt. So wait, whoever's playing Commander Vogt, that character.
I feel like Seb normally plays him, not to offer him
He
up.
does. He does. I didn't want to say it.
Yes.
But I didn't want to say it. I just wanted to keep prompting him.
Admiral,
She's
we
what range?
won't be able to engage until we're closer to the orbit of the planet. And Admiral, can you confirm that?
I can confirm that, yes.
Oh, I'm not an admiral yet, but I aspire to be. Sorry, what is that? I got lost in that a bit. What's our weapons range?
Captain, we won't be able to engage with our weapon systems until we get closer to the orbit of the planet.
Right. I mean, how close? Basically, is what I'm asking. So how close is that relative, like, to where we're
Far range.
Yeah,
Okay,
you wouldn't.
right.
You wouldn't have to be in
Makes
orbit
sense.
with them to try and fire off torpedoes, but you do, I believe. Let me see. Your ship has to be in
Effective
medium range for the phasers to work. So you are considered basically like your extreme range right now.
Okay, Thrall. Regarding our ship's capabilities, you're the man on the engines. It's gonna take us 10 minutes, you said, to get within orbit range, right?
At the speed we're going now at our current power, that is correct.
Right. Now, if we divert his maximum power, and Caval, feel free to chime in on this. If we divert the maximum power we can to our impulse engines, how fast can we get in orbit of this raider?
Very quickly, however, it would obviously blow our cover.
Well, of course it would blow our cover, but if we blow our cover and we're at their back door, well, there's only one raider. Basically, what I'm trying to ask is, can we get in range in a short amount of time, catch them off guard with our ship's current capabilities?
Admiral, is this Federation space?
This
No.
is not Federation space. No.
Ah, okay.
No, this guy is pre-warp civilization situation. So, and then we're also trying.
Yeah,
I'm not
but even if it's pre-warp, it can still be in Federation space.
Sure, it can be, but yeah, fair enough.
I mean, because if it was Federation space, we could just pull up and we're doing a police action. Just pull up like a police cruiser and shine the flashlight and what are you boys up to? But I mean,
Right.
we're
That's
outside of
kind
our
of
jurisdiction.
But the other question, though, is, are the
don't care.
Orions part of the Federation?
Oh,
they are? Okay.
no.
So I was going to say we could still threaten them with, like, you guys know this is wrong.
Right. So, what? Thinking about this logistically, your Admiral, just kind of like how ships respond to radar to close proximity. Obviously, they don't know we're here yet. We're going to continue to coast as much as we can to get as close as possible. But in terms of a reaction time, right? I want to be able to jump on them as fast as possible, and get a surprise on them, so to speak. So, with Caval's help in engineering, with what we can do with our power, and with Thrall behind the wheel, I think we can do this. But I just need to know if that sounds practical. Obviously I don't want to throw myself into the fray if it's just going to be, hey, here we are, guys, and then we get torpedoed to death, or something, because our engines or our shields are off.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just kind of think about this as like a captain, introspectively. But but then or from you as like the game master for like help on this,
So there's two things. We can do that if you like. And if you, so are you basically trying to sneak up on them and get into a fight?
Basically, sneak up on them and we're shields up. We're targeting, like we're hey.
Yeah,
then
we're not necessarily going to start a fight, but we want to be.
not gonna shoot first.
Exactly.
But we're gonna be on the advantage. We're not gonna give them any chances.
Okay, certainly. Yeah, so Yeah, let's think about this. So in engineering, I need to know what everybody's going to do because it's kind of going to be a bit of a role from everybody involved, and then we'll see how all of those play out, and then that'll give us the final. This is how this is going to go. So, you said engineering was involved for the engines, yes?
Right. I would assume something to just give you some ideas. You can do with it what you will. Power rerouting. Overclocking. Overheating, that sort of thing. So whatever makes sense.
So we have everyone's on hand. Everyone in the engineering section's on hand, is on station, and we're ready to divert power to shields if that becomes a necessity. The hope is that we can intimidate them, overawe them, and they're just going to buckle right away. If not, and this becomes a shooting match, we're ready to throw power where power needs to go, and we have teams on emergency standby if they have to report, if they have to run to any breaches in the hull, that sort of thing.
Cool.
Okay.
Like that.
So then from you, Lieutenant Commander Cavall, I'm going to need a presence and command difficulty of 2. And this...
Afraid to use the momentum if you have to.
Yeah, and this is basically you ordering your crew to do exactly what you just said.
And I can't convince you to let me use engineering for one of those, considering that this is indeed engineering.
You mean from the ship itself?
No, for the assigning of tasks to my engineering team.
Oh, no, because you're not doing anything in engineering yet. You're telling them to get ready.
But I know what it is that they need to do, and that's only because of my extensive engineering experience.
You know what?
I'm just making the argument.
I think I'll allow it. Yeah, allow it. That kind of makes sense.
So engineering and presence. Okay.
Sir.
Task.
Two successes. So, you get your crew ready. So if you want to say anything, you can, or we can move on to the others, sir.
Well, pretty much just what I just said, but to my crew, this could get hairy, gentlemen, but we have the advantage. Just remember your training, stay on task, rely on your team. Carry on.
Okay. And from the piloting aspect, Lieutenant Commander Thrall, how would you like to approach?
Well, our captain seems to want to go in with blinding speed, so I'm awaiting orders from him that the engineering department has done their job, and we're going in quickly.
Okay. Poke, Cavall. Lieutenant Commander Cavall. Engineering department. Forloth. Bueller.
Forloth and engineering. Cavall.
Sorry, gentlemen, I was looking something up. No, go ahead.
Oh,
please.
Thrall was stating he was waiting on your communique that says your crew is ready for his approach.
We are ready, Commander.
Affirmative. Captain Maricadi, ready when you are.
Very good. Let's get our other stations on board, and we'll be ready to take off on my command. Kullat, do your thing. I don't know what your thing is. I don't want to tell you.
I think I'd be on standby, ready to immediately scan them to get a grasp of their, if they're powering up weapons or anything like that.
Okay. If you're going to be on a standby, go ahead and give me a control and security with the ship's sensors and security difficulty 2.
I keep rolling 2. Sorry. It's
No,
just
that's
one.
fine. I can see the first one. Its target was 12, so it was a success. So 1 momentum from that. Anything you would like to do with that, Commander Kullat?
No, I'll put anything into extra momentum.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Finally, Lieutenant Andal. Why don't you say some words of endearing on the comms for the crew to get ready for this this stressful moment?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot, Captain.
Yeah.
What was that?
Just
Words
over
of
the
what?
intercom.
What was that? Words of endearment? Is that what you said?
Endearment, yeah.
How much I love the whole crew.
I want y'all to know that no matter what happens,
I love you all. I'll see you in hell.
You ready, Lieutenant?
First beer's on me.
Here you go.
More
So
now.
across the loudspeakers, everybody hears this.
Before I do that, though,
Yes.
sorry, I just want to mention that Rhinoc will be ready to raise shields as soon as we're done speeding up and getting there in place.
Okay. For Rhinoc, real quick, go ahead and give me a control and security with the weapons and security difficulty of 2.
Okay.
And then you can make your rousing speech.
He has both shipboard tactical systems and combat tactics, and I'd say both of those apply as a focus here.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Momentum. What would you like to do with that, Rhinoc?
Banking it.
Thank you. Copy. Okay. Now we all wait with bated breath for your rousing speech. I'm not letting you get off on this one.
Oh boy. All right. So Andal prepares himself. All crew, this is Lieutenant Andal Grax. We're about to head into a tense situation and possible combat. But I'll remind you all, we've been in tougher situations than this before. As long as we have each other and we stick together, watch each other's back, we'll get through this in one piece.
Well said, Lieutenant Andal. And then I get on the horn. Everyone, we're in battle stations.
Thumbs up.
And Tech Thrall, you have command. Hit the button. Take us in.
Pull the lever, Crunk.
All right. So I will let this up to Tech Thrall. I will let him describe how we approach this scene. And basically, I'll give you a little bit of basics. You're going to get a jump on this raider. Kullat, with your role, you know several things. One, that this raider's shields are down. And if you are to basically assist in an attack, you're going to be able to provide immediate assistance with that momentum. A tactical, Rhinoc Vogt is already had, like, basically once the ship does get in range, he'll have the raider locked. Okay, so Caval, you men, they stand by. They're ready to do whatever they need to do. And Tech Thrall, you tell us how we go in.
Do we still have the science team on the planet?
Yes.
And what was the last message we received from them?
Basically, that they were requiring our assistance at the outpost.
And that was it? That was as specific as they got?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So this ride is going to be plain and simple. We're ditching the idea of hiding behind the moons. I'm going to fly out and around the moon that we're behind now, and we're engaging the pulse thrusters. We will arrive directly behind the ship, and we can begin our interaction.
Copy that. So, let's see here. So you get the ship going. You guys basically get the jump on this Orion Raider in orbit. You are sitting there. You have it locked. It hasn't responded to your
Tails.
well, basically at this point they know they're being locked onto.
Right.
They haven't raised shields, and it's just you haven't been hailed either.
Sure. So we're gonna hail them. Communications. Open a hail on the Orion language. I don't fucking I know what that is.
No, they speak. I mean, your translators they're able to take care of
Sure.
of what's going on with the Raiders.
Universal translator.
Yep.
Right.
So you're hailing?
Hail a vessel. This is Commander. Excuse me. Fuck. This is Captain Maricadi of the USS Surprise. What? Who is the captain on deck of this vessel?
And on your screen is an ugly-looking Orion, and he states, he says to you, Captain of the USS Surprise, I see you have our ship locked. To this I ask, what is the reason for the escalation?
What is your name?
I am Lieutenant. Insert Orion name.
Lieutenant. Where's your captain? Insert name of the captain we just pulled for the data logs.
Captain Tullum.
Captain Tullum.
Our captain is currently on the surface.
We're here investigating Federation activities. What? Why are you here?
Do you own this space?
I didn't ask that. I'm the one asking questions. What are you doing here?
Likely, we are here for the same reason you're here. And
That
Kullat,
is- oh,
sorry to interrupt you real quick. And
No,
Kullat,
please.
just to let you know, you do have a hail pending and it's coming from the surface. And as the Orion's talking, he says, we are here on what you call an archaeological mission for ourselves.
I
Yeah,
mute our mic
archaeological
real
mission.
quick and just kind of whisper, Captain, we do have another hail coming in from the surface.
thank you, Commander. Why don't you take that communication privately?
I huddle over my screen and
Or your room, or whatever works for you. Whatever makes sure it's private. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to jump to that real quick then?
Please do. Probably arguing with this guy, just about semantics, right? Kind of holding his attention a little more in depth than so that Kullat can have this conversation, and then we can correspond in the background with what we find out.
Absolutely. So on the screen is one of the Science Outpost members, Andorian, by the way, and her
That's
name
my boy!
is Dr. Keliss. Keliss.
Dr. Kiss got
Keliss. Keliss.
they call me Dr. Love.
And she says, hello, USS Surprise. We thank you for coming.
Greetings. Can you give me more information on why you've requested us here?
I believe you found that reason orbiting the planet, Commander.
Have they interacted with you directly, or what is the nature of your concern?
They've interacted with us several times, and currently, Commander Commander Tavek is on the surface speaking with him in a heated discussion.
What is the issue? Have they threatened you or interfered with your work?
They are here for the same reason we are, Commander. With the discovery of a potential power source and an ancient advanced civilization, they're here also for the technology, and it sounds like they're looking for it to sell on the market.
Did they arrive after you did, I take it?
Commander, we've been here for almost 6 months. They have arrived about... I believe Commander Tavak sent the message several weeks ago. They arrived at that point.
Have there been any threats at this time?
Not yet. A lot of posturing. A lot of, we're going to do what we want. Don't get in our way.
Understood. We will reach out to you if we need further.
Understood, and we do await you and your team to beam down.
And my apologies. Where on the surface did you say your commander's located?
He's outside of our outpost, and she kind of punches in a few things and sends you exact coordinates of where you can go. Basically where it's at, within the swamp.
Much appreciated, Doctor. Over and out.
And the screen clears. And back to the captain and Lieutenant Orion. Yeah.
Get your captain. Bring him back up to this vessel. We need to talk with him. He's interfering with Federation duties. We have a team down there.
This is
You're
not
not authorized to be
Federation
here.
space. I can be wherever I want.
Captain, if I may, quickly.
Mute. Kullat.
It appears these Orions have come seeking the technology that we were researching on the surface. Their captain and the commander of our research team are having, as the good doctor described, a heated discussion. It appears they're looking for this technology and are posturing in order to get it. They are outside the outpost currently.
Captain, if you need me to, you can beam me onto the ship and I can kick him in the knee. Just an option.
I appreciate the humor in this time, but
Murdering a dignitary isn't where we should start. We know that knee kick
Right.
is lethal.
we're not currently at war with the Orions, and we don't want to provoke a political altercation. Yet we need to ensure the team has all the assets available to them to have a successful mission. Let's radio long-range communicate. Can we communicate with Starfleet, nearest Starfleet base somewhere, fleet that we have information on?
Yes, I mean, yeah, you can if you like. As you
just wanna
guys
set
are
it-
talking,
Yep.
the lieutenant, the Orion from the Emerald Bird, does cut the screen, the hail. Doesn't say anything, and the ship also remains with its shields lowered. But if you would like to hail Narendra Station, that is the station that you all initially left for your voyage into the shackled expanse from. So yes, you can.
Kullat. Yeah, Kullat, hail Narendra Station. Let them know our current status, and let them know where we are, and that Orion is interfering with these with our duties. And let them know that we might be experiencing some more Orion backup in the near future. I don't believe they just sent one vessel here, or they don't plan on it. In the meantime, Vogt, make sure our weapons are ready and primed. We're not going to fire upon them, of course, without cause, but I want to make sure that we are in position to do so. Now, let's see. Thinking about this, let's get some team members down on the surface. We need to make sure that what they're doing down there, I don't like the sounds of them posturing, right? And it's posturing right now, and I don't know how we're going to escalate. I don't know how they're going to escalate. Either way, we both want the same thing. And because we both want the same thing, there's a conflict of interest the conflict of interest, there's going to be conflict, right? And we all saw what happened with Kullat's knee and with conflict. Like we don't want any more of that. So we need to get an away team down there.
We really don't need that right now.
Shut up. Therefore, I'm going to need someone to lead the away team on the surface. Now, we have some members currently in the bridge that do have experience on the surface of Pedra. If you do not wish to be beamed down, I'm actually offering, in fact, a volunteer. So if you choose to lead this away team, that's your choice. Otherwise, one of you will be voluntold. Speak now, or forever hold your peace.
Well, Captain, you've just clearly stated that I shouldn't be the one to lead the away team, but I'll certainly go down as number 2 to whoever it is.
Well, again,
he's the bad cop. Now we need a good cop.
yeah. So, thinking about our team, you know, I'm looking around and I'm looking at Andal, right? I'm looking at him. I'm not saying I'm not volunteering you, right? But I'm looking. I look at Andal. You know, I look at Thrall, and I'm like, I kind of quickly move away. You know,
as soon as you lock eyes with Andal, I speak up and say, "Yes, Captain, I'm ready to lead the team."
Are you sure you're ready? You've just recently been promoted to lieutenant. How can I trust you when I have a commander down on the field?
Hey, I've been shooting some confidence down.
I have experience on this planet before, Captain, and I don't believe I'm serving any dire need up here on the ship right now. I'm the best choice for the job currently.
You'll lead the away team. I think that's a sound reasoning. Assemble your team. Kaval will join you down there as well as your second. We'll remain here in communication with the Orion vessel, as well as making sure that, well, you don't receive any unnecessary reinforcements from the Orions.
Would Rhinoc be able to send us a security team down too? Just like a couple extra, NPCs with us?
Yeah, so once you guys start deciding everything, I was going to preface it by saying whoever from the bridge crew doesn't go, I would ask that Lieutenant Grax, you ask all of them to take a supporting character down. So however you want to do that, whether it's somebody from engineering, if it's a security team, whatever. But yeah, I would expect, or I would like that all 5 of you go take a character down to the planet.
Choose your character.
No, your character or supporting character if your actual character stays on the bridge.
Okay.
I imagine most of us are staying on the bridge, so I imagine I'm on the bridge, Kullat's on the bridge, Thrall's on the bridge. I imagine those are the 3 that are going to stay. Probably Vok too. Vok is going to stay and man the weapons.
Yeah.
So
Vok would send down security team.
Right. So in terms of who we're picking up as side characters, we have some options. Obviously, I mean, we have the people that we played before, like Morox and Rovab and Taria, but they're not necessarily security.
No, I currently have 2. Yeah, Taria, and there's one more called Filer.
Taria.
As supporting characters. So I do have those 2 as security.
Or engineering might be good, just because the argument's over technology.
Right. I can play one of the engineering guys, since we have Kaval going down there, and then Taria probably Kaval. You've played Taria before, I think. Yeah. You played Captain Kirk as Taria. And then that leaves a science guy that we want for.
So I'll make love to the aliens while Forlath kicks him in the knees.
Got it.
Wait, now hold on. I'm going down to the surface. I'm not going to play a secondary character.
Not you, sorry. Thrall is going to play somebody else, I imagine. Okay. So we have Athamor, Jamtu Il, and Morox. I played Marc before, but...
Sorry, Captain, but as chief engineer, I would recommend that we don't need an additional engineer on the surface. I would
Fair
agree
enough.
with Kullat, Commander Kullat, that the emphasis should be on security personnel, possibly science.
Sure. So then we'll take Taria and that other security officer that you mentioned, Admiral. Then
Filer.
then I'll take Morox since I played Morox before.
Okay. All right.
Wait, so you said Filer? So Tyler's gonna play Filer, is what you're saying?
Filer's gonna play Filer.
Okay. Cool.
Copy. And Taria is played by Kullat. And Grax is himself. And Lieutenant Commander Caval, who is he taking?
Myself.
You going yourself?
He's going down.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, who better to kick
I'm
their
taking
knees?
Morox. I'm taking Morox.
Who better to kick their knees?
Now wait a second, Taria. No, come on. No, we had some trouble with Taria last away mission. We need
What do
some
you mean?
assurances.
She solved problems.
We need some assurances that she's going to follow orders and not go rogue.
Hey, so
happened?
long as you live up to Starfleet standards, you don't have to worry about that.
What did I hear
Yes.
about this?
See, she's already putting caveats on it.
If you don't punk away from some big spiders, there won't be an issue.
Captain.
Captain!
Andel's in charge of the away mission. I'm on the ship, okay? My hands are tied, alright?
I'm only the captain. My hands are tied.
I'm only the captain of this vessel.
You
All right,
kids
team,
figure.
grab your gear and get ready. We're beaming down.
Oh.
Are you again a lieutenant?
Yes.
Yeah, he's lieutenant.
Roger that, lieutenant. In the rear with the gear.
Oh, do I need to bring anything?
I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh.
So, real quick, Lieutenant, since you're in charge, the decision's going to come down to you. It sounds like you're planning on beaming down. I was going to tell you there were two options. They gave you coordinates to take a small shuttlecraft down if you wanted to, or the other option is to beam down.
At this point, I think we just beam down.
Yeah, we don't want too large of a technology footprint.
Yeah, we're still trying to be hidden from the locals so long as we still don't know we're about.
And we would all, what's the word I'm looking for? To disguise ourselves.
As what?
In the same disguises we used last time we went down.
Okay, so
Nondescript locals.
just to let you
in a
know,
rough spot.
the science outpost isn't actually near the city. It's like on the city's outskirts, so they're a little ways
Yeah, you
away
said they're
from the
kinda
city.
Camouflage and stuff.
Yeah, the outpost is actually hidden within the swamp, so
Okay.
you don't have to go camouflaged if you don't want to.
We're going to just to be prepared in case we have to leave the immediate area or something like that.
Copy that.
Disguised as swamp people.
But of course, we're all going to take phasers and tricorders with us.
Okay.
Oh,
All
I'm so
right.
excited! Yay!
Anything else, Lieutenant, that you're going to do before you guys beam down?
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay. Caval, since you are the lead engineer, I need an engineering roll from you, sir. Give me a reason and engineering, please. This is going to be a difficulty 2. Ship assist for the beam. Ship assist for the beam. This is
that what we're doing? Yeah,
Yeah,
what is
you're
it I'm rolling for?
Yeah, you're rolling for your beam down.
Rolling for a beam. But I'm not the one actually working the...
No, it'll be
Transporter.
one of your engineer's choice, Athamor, Jamtu-El, or Kira Kingsley. So you can use any one of those 3 characters to do so. Ship assist, Captain, please. It's going to be sensors and engineering.
Did Kira Knightley get a promotion?
Kira Kingsley?
Oh, I shit, Kingsley.
Did I say Kingsley? Yeah. Oh, I thought it said Kingsley.
You said engineering and reason? Is that what you said?
No. Control and engineering. Sorry if I said that wrong. What did I tell? Oh yeah, I told surprise. Yes, control and engineering.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful. So you have one momentum. Anything you want to do with that?
Bank it.
Bankin, Captain, please.
Yep.
All right. So you guys all line up on the transporter pad, and give me 1 second here. So we're gonna go to our map. And you guys all line up on the transporter pad. And you hear the sound. So give me 1 second to do a small setup. As you all have your characters and you can see, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So let me get your ambience set here.
So is this the not our away team, but is this the science team ship right here?
It is the science team ship, correct?
Okay.
All right. So right.
Are those the voices of the damned?
Possibly. You might find out what that is later. And one other thing I need to add. There we are. So if it's too loud, please adjust. I've got like 4 of them running to add to your ambience here. So, you all 5 beam down. Would you like to use your characters, or would you like me to push over your supporting characters that you have?
Whatever's convenient for you, I would say.
I can do that real quick. I just want to make sure they all have access. So, Taria, Filer,
We don't have access to Filer.
Okay.
We access to Marc, so.
Lorax.
And Taria.
Grax, you can use yours, and Caval, you'll use yours. So, give me 1 second. So, you don't have access to who?
This person.
Okay, so 1 second. Not anyone.
What race is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Give him a double click.
We don't have access.
Oh, okay. I forget where I find that. Sev, do you remember?
Right click the actor tab.
Ah, thank you. Configure ownership.
You might have
Owner,
to drag out a new token too. I don't know.
And
Yeah.
Turg, you're going to be using him, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so make sure you can double click on his file.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. He is a Rigellan. Jelna.
Right,
Right,
Talon.
chilling.
Yes. That's what I picture Sev going as if he were to cosplay Star Trek.
For sure.
All right, so for now, I'm gonna kind of hide your 2 main characters, Kullat and Turg, and I'll slide them off so you guys can control Tony. Captain, you can control your guy, even though he's.
I got more
Oh, yeah,
eyes.
you got more ops, so let me fade him out. So, I will describe to you what is going on. You all beam down to the Hidden Science Station. It's several of these smaller Starfleet modular structures kind of pieced together. It contains combined quarters for members of the science team. A small lab, a machine shop, a common room that contains a replicator and a table. You all to know this is actually pretty minimal for a science survey team, especially for one that's been here for so long. Outside, which is where you all beam to, is the small landing pad. It's capable of handling 2 shuttles side by side, and currently there's one Type 9A cargo shuttle sitting there. It's about 30 feet long, so you can see that its front end does kind of sit above the edge, going over the edge. You notice at your feet a swampy water layer that sits above the landing pad, about an inch or so. So it's basically, not only do they know that this area is pretty swampy and wet, but they also kind of decided to use this as a way to help continue the station's camouflage. So you are standing in about 1 inch of water. The exterior is camouflaged with paint of the forest and swamp, along with vines and foliage, crumbled in the distance. If you do look, you see crumbled remains of an ancient building, but it is kind of hard to see from where you are currently. Outside, just to your southeast, or your bottom right corner, you see the majority of the science outpost, and you see 5 Orions standing there, and you can partially make out the conversation as you all beam in, and I'm going to start into that conversation, and then you all can take over. Any questions? Good.
Would I be able to have like a live feed, either audio or video, back to the bridge of what's happening here?
Yeah, you could. I mean, yeah, you could set up basically your comm badge to transmit the whole time if you like.
Okay, yeah, I would do that then.
Okay. Reason and science, please, difficulty 1. And we'll just consider that you did that as you were beaming, like once you beamed down to the planet.
Okay.
Get your body cam on.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. So you're able to do that with no issues. So as you all beam down, you hear the heated discussion between Captain Tullum and Commander Tvek, the Vulcan. And I'll start with Commander Tvek. You do not have any claim to this space. And neither do you! This is not Federation territory, and so we stake a claim to whatever is found here. And you kind of see Tvek, like, kind of look him up and down a little bit. And he calmly replies back, "Then we suggest you make a claim through the courts, as we have the right to be here." And Captain Tullum scoffs at Tvek. "We will see who leaves here with all your artifacts." And then you can hear him shout, "Energize." And with that, where did I put those? Miscellaneous. Well, and with that, you hear and see all 5 Orions beam up.
Whoa.
Oh.
They disappeared, man. That's like magic.
Magic.
Morox is taking some liberties here, just letting you know.
Why do these away team juniors always take liberties? For fuck's sake!
I'm just trying to be proactive, sir. Commander.
Lieutenant Grax, you better take this away team and look at this. Look at this. In hand.
Immediately upper deck. Oh my god.
So I would approach and talk to the one
Lower
that I
deck. Oops.
saw speaking to the group of Orions. Say, "I'm Lieutenant Andal Grax from the USS Surprise. I take it that you are the commander here in charge."
He nods at you in basic, unamused Vulcan fashion and says, "I am Commander Tvek, and yes, I am in charge of the science outpost here on Pedra. Welcome, and thank you for coming."
You're very welcome. I see that the situation is rather tense here. Is that the first real threat that they've made against you?
They have been posturing for the past week. They haven't come into our station, but we have spoken several occasions, and we have seen him throughout the area swamp running scans.
I see. Well, should we go inside? I'd like to learn more about what you're doing here and what the Orions have taken interest in.
We can, and I was just going to suggest that we adjourn within the outpost.
Very well, lead the way.
So he leads the way. You hear some grumbling over here from Lieutenant. His name is Lieutenant. I'm going to screw this name up, but we're going to try because he's a Tellarite. Lieutenant Targinch. You can kind of hear some grumbling from him as the whole group starts to make their way inside the modular structure.
And what feelings am I getting from his grumbling?
You're getting the natural emotions of a Tellarite. So, and I'll give you a quick, I'll give you a quick rundown of Tellarites, especially if some of our players or even our viewers might not know who they are. They're kind of like their faces are very pig-nosed in nature. They are part of the Federation. They are in the Federation, and they also help form Starfleet. They are known for their gruff attitudes and direct input or direct speaking abilities. If they're not, they're always found doing one of two things. If they're not complaining about something, they're insulting you. And they consider it almost like part of their custom and a respected custom if you do it back to them.
Okay.
So that's what
They
you get from him.
respect you if you grumble back to them?
Yeah. Basically, if they start insulting you, then you reply and insult. Yes.
So Taria kind of walks along and goes, "Oh yes, this is annoying, huh?"
Yeah.
He kind of glances over his shoulder and he gruffs and he says, "Lieutenant Taria, is this your first away mission? You act like it." And he starts walking towards the entrance of the facility.
And I say back, "If you've ever heard the phrase 'do as the Romans do,' I was taking your leave."
Ha! He says. And the others join in as well. So you see several members, and you kind of you see two of the ensigns, Malcolm Everson and Ensign. Where'd she go? Malcolm Everson and Ensign Leela Edwards. They kind of beam. They seem very excited that an away team is here. Everybody else just kind of saunters towards the interior of this science hub. And so that is where we're going to go, ladies and gentlemen. Once it is loaded up. I have all your original characters in there. Is that okay to use those for now? You all okay with that?
Yep.
Okay.
As we're kind of walking in here, I would communicate back to the bridge and probably still have that communication line open the whole time. I'd say, "Captain Maricadi, do you read?"
This is Captain Maricadi. Go ahead, Andal.
I'm sure you just heard all of that, but be aware that they have the abilities to beam up and down from this location. So, if you could please alert me if you pick up any sensors of beaming down to this location, so we can be alert.
Of course. You'll be the first to know when we receive any readings on our sensors.
Very well. I'll keep you updated.
This captain's such a and I hang up. Like I'm like talking to the bridge crew. Well, like something. What the heck?
So, As you all enter the modular station, you enter in the area what looks to be the lab's power source, also the modular science station's power source, and even lab. As you all enter, two of the science team's members hold fast at the door. The first is Lieutenant Targinch, your Tellarite, also the security officer of this outpost, and Ensign Kinson. As you all start to walk in, Lieutenant Targinch looks at the motley crew from the Surprise, and he says, "I'll be doing my regular rounds for equipment checks. If any one of you would like to not be lazy and sit inside this post and assist me."
Well, I like being distancing. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. Okay.
What is your
It's all
name?
humid out here. I'm Lieutenant Junior Grade Morex. Your service.
He kind of
Should I be saluting you?
he looks you up and down and he says, "Denobulin." Yeah. And he walks off out, heading back out. Basically.
Well, you're not too good either. Okay.
Filer.
You person.
Filer and Taria, you should also familiarize yourself with the security protocols around here.
Okay. That's Tyler. Yeah. Like, sir, yes, sir.
And the other Ensign Kenson, let's find her here. She stands at the door as Targinch and Morox leave, and she says, "I'll be doing my regular rounds as well for equipment checks, if any one of you would like to assist."
I'll do it.
Where is the leader of this?
He
I'm looking
is
for him.
Commander Tavek.
There he is. Well, it's not Dr. Kathee. Commander Tavek. Okay. Commander Tavek, I would like to, Chief Engineer Kaval, I would like to check your systems, make sure everything is operating at prime levels, with your permission.
He looks at you and he says, "Permission granted, Lieutenant Commander." So he leads the rest of you in through the modular station. It's cramped, it's small, it's easy to bump into things. You notice the sleeping quarters as you pass through the south end, and I'll let you guys follow me as we go through. You see that they're basically tiered beds. You also kind of go through what is considered the machine shop. Part of all of you have a little bit of empathy and feels bad for the science team for having been here 6 months, coped up in these tight spaces with zero privacy. So Commander Tavek leads you through. Let me try and get all these other ones real quick. He leads you through one spot. So if you guys want to go into the machine shop, so go through to your left, and then go ahead and take the crew up north through the next door to the table. So as you all start to find seats and sit around, I'm going to start with you real quick, Kaval, while you're down there. What is it that you're doing?
Well, just that. I'm making sure that no obvious apparent issues in their systems. That there's been no sabotage. There are no maintenance issues. Just a simple systems check. It would obviously it'd be catastrophic if they were to have life support systems or whatever fail. Presumably the atmosphere is breathable, so it's not life support so much as just their food replicators, etc.
Okay. Reason and engineering, please. Difficulty of 2.
Can I use my transporters and replicators?
You can. Focus?
Yeah. Ugh, come on.
So you're looking at the system,
So I
and
suck at my job, basically.
and as far as you can tell, everything seems to be running ship shape. It's been a long time since you've been on a modular outpost, so you think everything is okay.
It's been a long time. If you break in, oh, okay. Now I've got that in my head. Thanks a lot, Admiral.
Getting from there to here.
Taria's walking over and looking at their security console, like what kind of cameras they have, scanners, perimeter.
Okay. From Taria, I need a reason and security, difficulty of 2, please.
And she has a focus of Starbase / Starship security systems.
Okay. Two successes. So you see that they have a pretty minimal security system set up. You see that there are proximity alarms on not only the science outpost, the landing pad, but also at each of the outposts emitters that they have set up throughout the swamp. The only cameras are the ones on the exterior of the outpost. And they're all functioning as they should.
Cabby.
Okay. So as you all walk in and kind of go around to the table with Commander Tavek, the rest of the group follows in. Dr. Tathi and Dr. Kalis, the Andorians, they follow suit and kind of sit back, not too far away from the group, but they aren't exactly at the table. They're just kind of standing off in the back. You see Dr. McCall right here. She sits down and immediately leans back in her chair and throws her muddy boots up on the table. As Commander Tavek takes his seat, you see Ensign... he's not here. Ensign Malcolm Everson and Ensign... where's she? Why is her name's not there? Everson and Edwards. Ensign Everson and Edwards. They seem to be like they're beaming with excitement. They're very eager to learn what's going on with this group outside of this science outpost. They do sit near Commander Tavek, who does notice them standing behind him and almost seems annoyed at the fact that they're standing behind him. So he offers you all a seat at the table and says, I want to thank you and your crew for responding. I am of the understanding that it was your team that discovered this planet and the idol that sat within the religious building.
Yes, that is correct. It's a rather interesting idol.
Indeed. I've read the reports. However, I was hoping for more insight, and perhaps maybe you have some. Is there anything not included in these reports that perhaps you wish to share?
I believe the reports were rather thorough. Is there anything new you've discovered or anything interesting about this particular location in the swamp that you found?
Lieutenant Grax, we have an abundance of information. It depends on what you would like to know about. We can update you on the city, the idol, the archaeological dig, our team in general, and the Orions. Where shall we start?
Let's start with the Orions. They seem to be the immediate threat.
Commander Tavek starts to talk, and he's quickly interrupted by Dr. McCall at the end of the table. She says, "I'm Dr. McCall. I'm one of the lead archaeologists on this team. We've been here for about 6 months. We arrived shortly after your reports were turned in." She kind of pauses as if she's thinking about something. She says, "Our initial survey revealed much about the planet and the way of life here. Those can be accessed in our computer systems. Your ship has also been granted rights to this as well." Again, she kind of pauses for a moment, and then she continues. "We initially sent probes, much like you had, but the planet's reoccurring plasma storm struck it, sending it out of control into the swamp here, which is actually how we detected the faint power source. We've noticed that the mud of this swamp is a very good power shield, if you say.
Ooh. Insulator.
Insulator, good word. Our recent scans show a void below one of the crumbled remains of an ancient building outside that we believe to be a bunker, at least in theory. It's where the power emanations are originating from, and we've only just discovered this, and we've only just discovered what we believe is the entrance. And it does look to it does, off of our initial scans, to be a dense underground bunker. And we feel this idol that you all found in this bunker are possibly connected."
Can you elaborate on what you mean by connected?
And she starts to talk again, but she stops, and you can kind of see that maybe she's thinking about something else. Maybe she has something else on her mind. And at that point, Commander Tavek does speak up. And he says, "Lieutenant Tugrinch and Ensign Kinson spent some time studying the idol that you all returned. They replicated a fake and replaced it to do so. The problem was they experienced the same issues your crew did when it was in their possession. Some of the emanations, the wavelengths match what we find that we're getting from this power source that we have located. That is why we believe that they're connected."
I see. Have you developed any way to contain these emanations and safely explore this bunker?
We only just recently discovered this bunker, which we also believe is why the Orions returned and started posturing.
Do you know how closely the Orions are watching you? Do they know about this bunker?
We believe that is the reason they beamed back down. They showed up shortly after we did, but remained in orbit for quite some time.
And do you have any surveillance on this bunker area?
We only have one of our, what do I call it? One of our holographic projectors and science emitters in the area. I do not have any security sensors on this.
Have they told you how they found out about this place? Do you think they stumbled upon it, or do you think this has to do with that Ferengi that was here before?
They were not forthcoming in that information.
So they just showed up one day and already knew about it.
That is correct.
I think there's a couple of gray areas here that I think we need to define a bit more to our satisfaction. The operating parameters, if you will. Number one, why in God's name are we back here after all the trouble we had with the emanations of that device? Why did you take it swap it out of its original temple after we went through so much work to put it there? And number two, do we actually have any sort of legal footing to deny the Orions access to this location? This might be very much a case of first come, first serve, but we can't stop them from being here, conducting their own research and their own excavations. Do those sound like fair statements?
And once you say that, Dr. McCall immediately speaks up and she says, Lieutenant Commander, you are correct. We have no jurisdictional bounds on these Orions. And Commander Tevek kind of gives him that Vulcan eyebrow raise, or gives her that Vulcan eyebrow raise. And he says, Lieutenant Commander, to answer your other questions, we're here because of the probes that you sent. It was initially just a survey until we accidentally crashed our probe due to these plasma storms and found this power source. At that point, Starfleet wanted us to investigate further. What we found when we came down was quite a bit of information. We believe that this idol was potentially meant to be some type of external power source that was altered. The power output on this tiny idol was strong enough to power a small ship. At this time, we aren't sure if the alteration was on purpose or a mistake. To answer your other question, Lieutenant Commander, we found when this device was away from where you had placed it for so long, we ran into those issues that you did. It manipulated the area around it negatively. Once it was back in that spot, everything seemed to return to normal. There was many other findings with that as well as to how it affects the city, things like that. But what we do believe is that this pedestal that this idol sat on was some type of, or is some type of, perhaps, charging block for what we believe to be this power source.
And do you have an expedition team planned and scheduled to head down into this bunker?
We do. As nightfall approaches, we were going to be waiting until the morning to do so. And also, if you are not aware, the solar flares tend to interact with this planet's atmosphere quite often. Starting and charging plasma storms on a consistent basis. Our equipment is protected by these plasma storms, but I want you to understand that because you have beamed down, should a plasma storm arrive, you will be unable to beam back.
And can we predict these plasma storms?
We do know one is about 12 to 14 hours out, and it is predicted to come in our path.
See ya.
Well,
Yeah, let's just go back to orbit, wait it out, and come back down.
Makes sense to me.
do these plasma storms occur daily?
They do, Lieutenant.
I see. Well, I believe we can provide assistance in this expedition into the bunker, or at least secure the outpost here while you are on your own expedition. May consult with our captain and see what the plan is that we are to follow. We have our ship up in orbit, of course, watching the Orion ship, so they should be thinking twice about taking any violent actions against us.
And he nods and states, "We have requested you here for 2 reasons. One, for additional security due to the Orion's presence. But 2, because of the discovery, because you were the initial Starfleet officers who came upon this idol, we felt that we would like to have you involved as part of our excavation of the site.
I see. We do have science personnel that would really be eager to take up that opportunity.
Understood. So will you be staying, Lieutenant, or is your crew going to be returning?
Well, how long do we have before you start your expedition? We may return and reconvene with the rest of the crew and decide who to send down.
As nightfall approaches quite fast here, we will be sending the team at first light, so in about 10 hours.
Very well. And I look around the room at the rest of the team, see if anyone has anything else they'd like to say before I contact the captain.
So, is the intent of the science team to stay here, stay on the surface? Of the away team, sorry, or the science team, yeah.
I was basically about to contact the captain to see what we want to do.
Yeah, I'm asking the Admiral if the science team, the team that were here when we arrived, if their intent is to just continue on, stay on the surface.
Sorry, I was letting you guys do your thing. Their intent is to start in the morning, yes.
To start what in the morning?
Start trying to work their way at the entrance of the bunker. Commander Tavek feels that they need to move with utmost haste since the Orions had arrived at the discovery of it. So
Gotcha.
he's nervous that they will beat them to it.
Okay. So, yeah, Lieutenant Grax, if I may, by all means contact the captain, but my recommendation is that we should at least keep a nominal presence here with this team in case the Orions decide to return.
Absolutely. I believe our security personnel should stay here. Does the security personnel have any words about that?
I have no issues with that, Lieutenant. The security of this team's just as important as the security of our own.
And I'm working on some pipes in the other room.
Bet you
You know what I mean?
Well said, Taria, and perhaps you can make security recommendations while you're down here.
So
I'm
hang on.
already cooking something up, sir.
So who went with the two that went on the rounds? Was it Filer that went with it was Morox that went with?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not here.
Nope.
Who went with Ensign Kenson to do equipment checks?
I think
Was
that was Filer.
Was that Filer?
Yeah.
Okay, so Morox went with
I went with
Targinch.
Targinch. Yep.
Okay. All right, perfect. So you two are not here. So sorry, I'm not trying to cut you out. I just want to make sure that things are flowing
You're out.
properly.
Yeah, whatever.
Captain Maricadi, do you read?
Go ahead, Lieutenant Andal.
Kept the line open, so I hope you caught most of that. The science team down here is planning an expedition into a bunker that they discovered where the power source is emanating from. They have about 10 hours until their expedition sets off. We plan to go with them and also provide security support here at the outpost. I recommend that we provide as many security personnel as we can at the outpost while we assist on the expedition into the bunker.
Very good. With our staff on board, I'm sure we can man a small outpost on the surface with some additional reinforcements.
And please be aware that I've been advised that the Orions do have surveillance on the site, so they will likely be informed when we begin this expedition.
Very well. We'll try to procure any information we can from them, although it's been annoying dealing with these Orions. Now, on the surface itself, in this bunker, Andal, are you confident in your ability to lead this expedition?
Yes, sir, I am. Although I'm fearful that the Orions will attack the outpost while we are on the expedition, so I think it is crucial that we have someone down here to protect the outpost.
Of course, we will be sending a team down to assist with security. Now,
Very well.
I will keep you informed on any goings about the Orion vessel, and if any more reinforcements come on the way. I did reach out to the Federation starbase nearby, the Miranda station. Are they sending reinforcements? Did we ever figure that out, Admiral?
No, we didn't get to
Just
that, but
kinda
we can
Okay.
do that here real quick before we adjourn for the evening.
Sure.
Captain, please be aware that more plasma storms are expected, possibly 12 to 14 hours from now, and our communications may be lost during that time.
I'd expect so. Let's get the team on the ground before that happens, and let's get your team in the bunker, if possible, before those 14-hour period.
Understood.
All right. Very good, Endo. You're doing great so far. Keep it up.
Thank you, sir.
So
Maricadi out.
we'll cut to the bridge real quick, and we'll do that. So, Tac Thrall, why don't you go ahead and give me a hail. It's just going to be a control and command with the ship's sensors and command, please. Difficulty of 1.
Ship sensors and command. Nice.
Okay. You have 2 momentum. What would you like to do with it, Lieutenant Commander?
Spend 1 in effectiveness and bank 1.
Okay. So you send out your hail to Narendra Station, and it's quickly answered by one of the Klingons on duty. This is Narendra Station.
Ranger Station, this is This is Captain Maricadi with the USS Surprise. We are in orbit of planet Pedra in Gamma Quadrant. Regarding the status of our mission, we've been sent on to dispatch and help a science team on the vessel. Are you aware of our mission on Pendra?
And you can kind of see him tapping some things on his screen. Captain, I am not aware of your mission, but I know where you're located.
Very good. We're dispatched to help a science team. They've gotten some interference from a local, Orion vessels. We managed to secure one of the Orion vessels in orbit and catch them off guard. Effectively, their threat is neutralized, but I am worried with the operational security of our away team on the ground. I believe that the Orion vessel orbiting is not the only one that will be arriving, and I'm requesting combat-capable vessels.
And he pauses, and you can kind of hear a grunt, and he's got a smile on his face. He says, Captain, glory to you and your house for getting the jump on the filth of Orions. I will dispatch the Mupal to your location. Please understand that this is going to take at least 20 hours at high warp.
Very well. Appreciate the quick assistance. We'll stand by for the vessels.
And he
Please
kind
send
of
me over
Sorry, go
as much logs on the details of the vessels as possible. Like what their
which
ship looks
which vessel? The Mupal.
Yeah, the Mupal.
Okay. And he kind of gets a weird face for a second. He says, "Stand by, Captain." And he gets a really big grin on his face. And he says, "I have a note here that's attached with your ship and the Mupal. Do you have a Lieutenant Commander Thrall on your vessel?"
Oh no. Oh yes, we do, Commander.
There's a box of chocolates with that note.
On the Mupal are 2 female Klingons by the name of Lusara and Lukara.
Oh.
They've been alerted that you are here. They will be joining you shortly.
Very, very good, Commander. I'll make sure Thrall is well prepared for the arrival.
Understood.
And Captain Maricadi out.
Captain. What's going on?
Commander Thrall.
Right.
We're getting reinforcements from a vessel.
Great.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard something differently.
Well,
Yeah.
Commander,
Okay.
you remember those 2 Klingon women that you met on the station? They will be on board the vessel. Thrall. I trust in your professionalism in this endeavor, Commander.
Right. Of course.
And that is where we will end the evening. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. A few minutes over. We'll go to a quick round table from our crew on their thoughts currently. And then if you guys will stick around for a raid, we'll start with our captain, Captain Maricadi. Your thoughts, sir?
Captain is mighty suspicious of the Orion vessel on board, and the fact that they know, or in orbit, and the fact that they know about this power source, like especially on such pre-warp civilization, something fishy is going on here. And so that's fucking hysterical. That's hilarious. That is so good. We have a Discord chat, and Forlot shared some cute ass calling card.
I'll get it up for him. Hang on 1 second.
Please. So I'll just continue. Captain Maricadi is trying to keep his crew as safe as possible by calling in backup, calling in the heavies, making sure that this operational security is there. Like I'm not losing anyone. We're gonna do this by the books, and we're gonna make sure that we secure this power source by any means necessary for the good of the Federation. Morox, on the other hand, is she's trying her best. She's trying her best. She's not bad. She's at Starfleet. She's a trained lieutenant junior grade. Like, she does her job. She does her job well. She just is a bit absent-minded.
Copy that. And we'll show that signed art here in a minute when we get to the lover boy. Commander Kullat, what's going through your mind? And Taria's mind.
Commander Kullat is, going about his business on the bridge while he rubs his knee like a soldier with a old war injury. He thinks rain might be coming soon by the way it feels.
You mean a plasma storm?
Sorry, yes, a plasma storm's coming. He feels it in his knee.
You're not gonna let that go, are you?
Taria is excited to be on another away mission, a chance to show her chops and, show how great the Federation. I almost said the Empire. Show how great the Federation is. That's about it. She's looking at their security and wants to find something to do to help and show her chops.
And real quick, as we do the transition, I'm going to take us back to the map so you can see the fantastic art that was sent to the lover boy. Oops, where are we at here? To the lover boy of Zemp Thrall from his girl. And then we'll show it to the players.
Oh.
There she is. Lovely art by Lieutenant Commander Caval and Tack Thrall there. And
Oh, she's cute, dude. Nothing wrong.
so Lieutenant Tack Thrall, it's going through your mind, and then also I know Filer's pretty new with us. What's going through his mind?
Well, I'm really excited to be here. I haven't been on a mission yet.
Anyway. You know, I was really having a good day. I really was. The mission has been very successful. We got the jump on the Orion. We're in a dominant spot. However, I don't want to get bruised. That's all I've got to say. I've got to go. I gotta go.
And onwards to Lieutenant Commander Caval, who is down on the planet. Sir, what's going through your mind?
Commander Cabal has misgivings that they've severely underestimated. If this statue was just an amplifier, as if I think they're hinting at, of what is possibly behind this door of this potential tomb, for all we know, the fallout could be quite severe. And of course, the Orions, they're just adding an extra element of uncertainty, and their systems could be affected by this device or these emanations, and they're not even aware. So I have severe misgivings, but I'm determined to stay on hand to address them if they should arise, and hopefully complete the mission without further bloodshed or damage to knees.
That's good for Kullat's health and his ability to squat. And to our Chief Medical Officer, Lieutenant Grax, who was also playing himself, Grax, on the surface. Lieutenant, how are you?
Grax is just very eager to prove himself, as usual. So excited to see what they find on this expedition, and just trying to think of everything that he can to keep everyone safe on the planet.
And that is where we will end this evening. Please stick around for a raid. Alpha Wolf Zero, thank you for those 5 subs. Porloth, thank you for that sub as well. Vallard and Scud, our standard watchers. We appreciate you guys hanging out and following the crew of the Surprise. We'll be back up next. I believe we are skipping an extra week to allow another stream to go. Let me double check here. So our next game for Star Trek is going to be Tuesday, April 18th. And I believe that is all we have for this week. Check out our Twitter for schedules. The Twitch is also, our Discord has that as well. So stick around.
Call of Cthulhu was marked on the schedule.
Yeah.
That may
Oh,
not
it
be
is?
happening after all. Things are
okay.
changing today. I don't think Alpha will said anything about it yet, but
Okay.
So hopefully Call of Cthulhu does go, but if not, it was this Sunday, correct?
yes.
Yeah.
This Sunday. So join us then. Until next time, everybody, live long and prosper, and we will go to our end screen. Thank you, and have a good evening.
Bye.